Hi Year 9 and welcome to this short video on binomial products. This video is designed to remind you how to expand a binomial product using the distributive law. Okay, the distributive law. The distributive law means that essentially this C is multiplied across the A and the B in the expression that I'm working on here. And so we end up with the result CA plus CB. Another way that this is often done is on the example here below, which is 3 times x and 3 times 2. The 3 is applied to both the x and the 2, and our answer becomes 3x plus 3 times 2 is 6. Moving on to looking at binomials, we are doing exactly the same thing. But in this case, we multiply like this. We take our A and multiply it across the C and across the D. Then we take our B and we multiply the B across the C and the D. What does that then look like? We end up with A times C, which is AC, plus A times D, AD. Then we have plus B times C, BC, and B times D, BD. And that's our answer. Now let's have a look at it, looking at a binomial. Okay, here we have x times the x and x times the 2, giving us x times x is x squared. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Now let's look at our second term in our first brackets here. 3 times x gives us 3x, and 3 times 2 gives us 6. Okay, so now let's collect our like terms. And what do we end up with? We end up with x squared plus, these are like terms here, 3x plus 2x, 5x plus 6. And that is the expansion of our binomial product. Okay, another way of looking at the problem is to think of a square that we add some dimensions to. So let's have a look. Let's add, here's our square, here. Okay. Let's add another length to it of 3. Okay. Put it on there. Let's say plus 3. Now on this side, let's add another length to it and call it 2. Okay, plus 2. Now this length on our shape is called x plus 2. And this length on our shape is called x plus 3. Okay, we want to work out what the area of this total shape is. So let's have a look. To work out the area of a rectangle, we times the base, or the base times the height. So our base is x plus 3, and we're multiplying it by the height of x plus 2. What does that give us? Well, let's have a look at our areas. In here, okay, let's have a look in here. This is our first square. It's x times x, which is x squared. Now let's have a look in this one, okay, in this square here. This square area is 2 times x, which is 2x. Okay, because this length down here, from here to here, is x as well. What about the next square? Okay, that's this one here. This one is 3 times x, because this is x here, and this is 3 here. That's 3x. And now, finally, what about this square down here? Okay, this square is height 2, width 3. So that's 6, which is 2 times 3. So the total area now is x squared, which is that one, plus 2x, which is that one, plus 3x, which is that one, plus 6. Collecting like terms, we have x squared plus this one, 2x plus 3x is 5x, and 6. And there we are. That answer there is the same. This answer here is the same as the one we got previously, which looked like this. It's x squared plus 5x plus 6. More examples. Here we go. Now, you can pause this video at any time and do it for yourself, or you can watch how I do it and then choose to do some later and check them against the answers as we go. Okay, let's have a look. Let's look at our first one. We're going to do m times m and m times 3. And we're going to get m squared plus 3m. Then we're going to do 4 times m and 4 times 3. 4 times m gives us 4m, plus 4 times 3 gives us 12. Now we want to collect our like terms. Here are our like terms. In fact, they're the only like terms we've got. 3m plus 4m is 7m plus 12. Okay, if you'd like to pause it now and have an attempt at this one, now would be a good time to do that. Okay, so have a go at doing that, and then pause it and see if you can come back in a minute. Right, let's have a look at this. We've got x times x and x times minus 5. And we've got 3 times x and 3 times minus 5. Let's see how we go. We've got x squared, which is x times x, and x times minus 5. So we're adding x times minus 5 is minus 5x. Now, what happens to these two here? They become a minus. A plus times a minus is a minus. Moving now on to our next term, we've got 3 times x. And then we've got plus 3 times minus 5 gives us minus 15. Plus 3 times minus 5 is minus 15. Now, grouping our like terms, we have 5x and 3x. But it's actually minus 5x. Okay, so it's this one here. It's minus 5x plus 3x. So we end up with x squared. Minus 5x plus 3x is minus 2x minus 15. And that's our answer. Now notice that we have here different signs to what we've had when we've just had pluses. It's very important to understand that you need to keep a track of your pluses and minuses. Okay, let's do the next one. All right. This one is x times x and x times minus 2. So we have x squared minus 2x. And then we have 4 times x and 4 times minus 2. minus 4x. Minus 4 times minus 2 is plus 8, which gives us our next line. We group together our like terms and we have x squared minus 6x plus 8. Okay, hopefully that's given you some useful information that you can now go ahead and practice your own binomial expansions. Thanks for listening. Bye now.